Yo, what's good? Abram Mitchell, you tuned in again at the Triple M podcast, and today is gonna be another episode. Y'all, another great episode. Y'all know every week we got heat for y'all. Today I'm gonna be interviewing my guy Franco. What's good with you, bro?
What up?
Franco's a real estate developer out of Knoxville, Tennessee. You like 21, huh? 20?
Nah, I just turned 23 last week.
All right, 21, 23, same thing. Same thing, bro. Point is, my guy Franco killing it in the game right now, developing, building houses in Knoxville, smacking people upside the heads. We're going to talk all about that today. So make sure you in a spot where you ready to focus, listen, and most of all, take action on everything we talk about today. So, Franco, bro, how you feeling, bro?
I'm feeling good. How about you, bro?
I'm blessed, man. I'm blessed. It's Friday. It's going to be a good weekend here in Nashville.
Yeah, everybody down here, especially from Knoxville, because, you know, we ain't really got nothing going on in Knoxville.
Yeah.
All the entertainment, you know, we got to come up here to, have some fun.
Football season just started, so y'all got the Vols.
Yeah. Now that's something different, but that's not something for us. Mm-hmm. Everything for us is kind of down here. We got to slide to Memphis, but yeah, I mean Knoxville. That's pretty much what we known for is UT.
Yeah, I feel you.
Everybody love UT. They want to come to UT, and that's kind of really what's driving up the home prices. Mm-hmm. So many families are wanting their kids to go to UT that they buying houses for their kids to stay there, because right now it's just way overpopulated.
In Knoxville?
No, not even Knoxville. Generally, more like UT. They letting so many kids in that they don't really have nowhere to stay. Kind of like the same thing happened like 2-3 years ago with TSU. Okay. Where they were making kids stay in hotels and everything like that because they didn't have nowhere to stay. Yeah. But I feel like it's a little different with a PWI because them kids' parents got money.
They got money, so they gonna find. Yeah, we gonna build somewhere to stay.
We gonna go buy something. You ain't finna go stay in no hotel. We finna go buy something. Mm-hmm. So essentially, that's what a lot of people just kind of really been doing. Like the past 2 houses I put on the market. I mean, I got cash offers, and it was just parents. They like
sending their kids to UT, and they need somewhere to stay.
Exactly. They like
that's crazy, huh? That parents, we come up like, well, mama, I wish I would ask my people for a damn house.
For real, we got to figure it out. But I think that's why like our generation, we a little bit blessed more than our parents. When we have kids, we trying to essentially do the same thing. Yeah. Forget paying room and board. I'm about to just go buy you a house. Yeah. Stay there for 4 years. Get you some roommates. It's paying itself off. You graduate, boom.
Probably already got some houses around there anyway.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? So, we putting ourselves in the position to where our kids going to be right there. Like, all right, boom, you going there? Let me go buy a crib right
there. Boom, exactly. Easy. And that's, you can't ask for nothing better, you know what I'm saying, to where you could put your kids in the best situation. You ain't got no kids yet, huh?
Nah, I ain't got no kids. But I know, when I do get kids, they going to be in the best situation. And a little bit, that's something like us black individuals sometimes, families, like even kids, like we tend to laugh at other black kids because they parents got their stuff together. Mm-hmm. You get what I'm saying? Like if you went to private school, like if you went to private school, they looking at, man, this nigga went to private school, he's soft. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm trying to say? Yeah. Versus not looking at it like, dang, his parents got their stuff together. That's what you supposed to do. Yeah. Ain't no reason why I should be laughing at you for your family doing what they supposed to do.
But you know why it's like that is because at the end of the day, you laugh at what you want. You know what I'm saying?
It's all jealousy.
It's really jealousy. It's like, I wish I had that coming up. I had, had it a little harder. But it take for more people to know that that's the cool thing to do. You know what I'm saying? Is to make sure your kids don't have to work nearly as hard as you, because life ain't about that. You know what I'm saying? Life is about experiences. You know what I'm saying? And
I mean, we only here one time. Why you trying to make your kids struggle for some place we only gonna be here one time?
Exactly.
It ain't like we can come back. So that's why I don't even have kids right now, and I make a lot of money, and I feel like I'm not even there yet to to take care of some kids and stuff like that. Because I just gotta work. When I'm ready to settle down and have kids, I want to be a little bit more relaxed. Like like be in their lives and stuff.
Spend that time with them.
Yeah, that quality time. Not that work all the damn time. Like spend quality time, teach them things that you didn't get to learn. And really put them on, like network. Put them on to, your friends. Like me and you friends now. Yeah. So when I have kids and, you got kids.
They're going to be building down buildings together. You know what I'm saying? That's the goal.
Yeah, because that's all white people do.
Yeah. That's how it comes. That's shit, a lot of these Fortune 500 companies and like your Walmart to the world, that's whole family-owned businesses.
It. That's why the money stay in the circle. But us, we want to give it to them. You get what I'm trying to say? We trying to throw it away versus keep it in the house. So that's,
don't circulate back.
Exactly. It don't ever come back.
I read this stat that in the African American community, we spend like, I think our spend is like 16 trillion. It's something in the trillions a year. And only 2% of that money circulate back into black businesses. You know what I'm saying? But when you look at the Jewish community, I also read this stat about how long a dollar stays inside of a Jewish community versus when we get a dollar, it's like 2 minutes. It's gone.
It's gone. Out. The same thing with the Indian community. All like every other community, they have a way of keeping their money in-house before it goes somewhere else.
Because they own stuff.
Exactly.
We don't own
nothing.
We don't own nothing except for liabilities.
That's it. And essentially, that's kind of like the first stuff we want to go buy anyways when we get some money. And that's what's kind of backwards about us is like, you know, you get a couple $100,000, you like, man, let me go buy this new car, flex on these niggas.
Yeah, let me go flex on somebody.
Yeah, let me go buy this new chain, you know, show them that I really got it.
Mostly because somebody flexed on you in the past.
Exactly, so you feel like you got to do it necessarily. I'm like, that ain't really the route to go because now you got to go work 2, 3, 4 times as hard to, you know, get that $100,000 that you just wasted.
Facts. So what I would say is, the question I got is, like, what made you start thinking like that? Like, 'cause you 23, and most people don't start figuring stuff out like that today in their 30s, 40s, or shit, they never figure it out. So, what made you start? Like, is that something natural, or like, is it how you came up, or?
A little bit, kind of both, but more kind of how I came up. See, me being from Africa, I grew up in an immigrant household.
Okay.
So when we come to America, our minds are pretty much fresh. Versus like if you lived in America your whole life, you trying to blame the next man why you ain't successful. You blaming the white people why you ain't successful, like it's their fault that you're not successful. Versus me, I had a fresh open mind.
Yeah.
So I was trying to, you know, be with whoever was, you know, have something moving. I'm not looking like I ain't finna go hang with them white kids because they don't like us. I was, you know, I was buddy with everybody.
Everybody.
So I always
you was using your resources.
Exactly. I always kind of knew how to network a little bit at a very, very young age. Like even growing up, like I was always cool with like my basketball coaches, football coaches, more necessarily than the kids, because I was always intrigued on, you know, what's going on. How can I make some money? Because I always wanted to take care of my mama. See, I'm really from, you know, like the mud, so I done seen the bottom of the bottom.
And that's what a lot of Americans, we don't really seen that.
Versus, you know, you get African people, they come to you know, to like the hood and stuff like that. To them, we made it.
Nice.
Yeah, we made it. You talking about I can shower inside the house? You know what I'm saying? I ain't got to go outside and use a bathroom. Oh yeah, it's gravy. We made it.
That's crazy, bro, because like in America, like what you just said, that your typical American kid is growing up. At the end of the day, you only know what you live in your reality. So in our reality, yeah, it might be somebody that blocked us from getting here, because it's like, you watch Power?
Yeah, a little bit, yeah.
You know, in the intro, 50 Cent, like, it's a big rich town, I just come from the poorest part. So you grow up in America on the outside. So it's like, damn, I see it right there, but it's like nobody really reaching back to bring me here, versus in Africa, you only experiencing what you know, and then you get to America and you like, wait, y'all got showers inside your house? You could start a business whenever you, because Africa worried about, they got much bigger issues than what we worried about.
But I feel like even that, not even just African people, I feel like immigrants in general, when they come to America, they really take full advantage of it. Like they get to work. It's
that's
it's
why
like when
America
they come here,
like them.
Exactly. It's like when they come here, they know what to do. You see the Mexican people, they come here, they
working.
We got crews. We finna go build y'all house. They ain't complaining. Exactly. They not complaining. They not saying nothing. They just trying to work. Chinese people come. They do their thing. The Indians, everybody. But then you get to looking at like African American people. It's like, why we not like them? You know what I'm trying to say? And sometimes I look at it like we just blame other people way too much. Yeah. Like we literally put the blame on everything. Like I can't succeed because slavery happened.
I agree with that.
You get what I'm saying? They still blaming slavery. Like that's why I can't go get this home loan because I'm black. No, you can't get the home loan because you don't got your 2-year tax returns. You know what I'm saying? You don't got your money in place. You out here buying cars when you know you shouldn't buy no car.
Let them know, bro.
When you trying to buy a house.
That's
you know
what they don't want to hear, dog.
And then they want to go pay somebody $1,000 to go fix their credit, this and this and that. Your credit not the issue, you know? People be thinking credit is key. Credit ain't nothing. The only thing your credit score really gonna do is give you a better rate. If you got an 800 credit score and I got $100,000 and a 600 credit score, I'm gonna get that loan before you get that.
If you got zero money,
exactly.
You got 800 credit score and no money.
I'm gonna get that money before you get that money. You get what I'm trying to say? Credit score is it's just a number, bro.
But you got all these people online saying, "I'll get you 200,000 in funding, and
exactly.
I'll get you this." You ain't got no business plan.
Exactly.
You got
you know
no asset.
You don't got
no
nothing.
vision.
Exactly.
That's what I always say. Like, what you gonna do with that money? Like.
Nothing, they preaching credit score, this and that, man. Forget the credit score stuff. Literally, like you saying, grind down, get to the bottom. What am I gonna do with it? What am I gonna do with the money once I get it? How am I gonna go get to the money? You know what I'm trying to say? Versus let me go get 800 credit score first before I start my business because it's gonna be easy.
Yeah,
that's not how it works. That's not how it works in the real world, especially when you're trying to get business financing. Do that like me when I go apply for like a construction loan or something like that. They ain't asking for my credit score. They want past 2 months bank statements to see how much cash I got in the bank. You get what I'm trying to say? They ain't asking for the credit score. That's the least of their worries.
They just want to know if you gonna pay. If you got the money to pay that interest payment at the end of the month.
Exactly. Do you got the money to pay that interest payment? You got enough money just in case something were to go wrong to float this project yourself. They ain't looking at, he got an 800 credit score. We can trust him.
Yeah.
Ain't nothing, bro. That's just a piece of number. At the end, credit score really only helps on residential stuff like I'm trying to buy my personal house. That's when it can really help a little bit. But when you're in the space we in, that's almost like the last thing they looking at. Do you got the money? Have you done this before? Them the two important things: the money and the experience. One without the other is very, very hard to get into.
Bro, that's a bar right there. Nah, that's facts. Because I always tell people, like, if you want to know how to get a loan from the bank, go to the bank and get told no.
Exactly.
Because then your next question should be, well, what do I need to do?
Exactly.
So then, and they gonna let you know, well, go make some money for a few years, bring me a vision that I'm willing to put my money there and know that it's a safe spot.
Exactly.
So like what I know you went to TSU for a semester and drop out. So talk to me a little bit about like, your early life and just when you started, understanding that you need to make money. And obviously you never let age stop you from making money. So and then when you transitioned into real estate, cause
see, my upbringing was a little bit, it was rough, because I came to America at a young age, so I always kind of knew we didn't have no money. You know what I'm saying? My parents were set. They like, we already made it to America. What you do after that, that's on you, essentially. Like, you get to actually see how to, fully take advantage of it. Versus them, they can't really take advantage of it because, the language barrier and stuff like that. And they just a little bit older and they got to raise kids. Yeah. Versus me, I came here when I was 7 years old. So I essentially, I grew up here and grew up back there to where I could see all that. Yeah. So it ain't like I ain't seen, like all the racism stuff I'm talking about that doesn't hold me back or, this and that. I was able to see it, but I knew back home it's way worse than what y'all dealing with essentially. You know what I'm saying? Like I got a bed at home, I got food, I can throw something in the microwave and get some food. I can survive. So just having that behind me, I knew, nothing was ever gonna stop me. So, just, kind of growing up like that. And then I think the key thing that kind of made my mind flip it a little bit is when my parents separated. So whenever I started living with just fully my mother, and me being the oldest, I knew I got to be the man of the house.
How many siblings you got?
I got 3. All right. So I got two brothers and 1 little sister.
Oh, so it's 4 y'all.
So it's
y'all
4
got a village in there.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I knew like, dang, now my dad gone, and me being the oldest, I gotta figure out how I'm gonna take care of my mama. So with that was like always my driving force, and I think that sometimes that's what people don't have is something pushing them, to go out there. I knew I gotta take care of my mama, so I was every day constantly, grinding, figuring out stuff. How am I gonna do this? How am I gonna do that? What can I do to make some money at a young age and stuff like that? And one led here, one led there, and I got online, so I think the online space was kind of like the best thing that ever happened almost to literally anybody. When you look at all these billionaires, everything, all that, most of their money's made online. Yeah. So when I got online, like when I was 15 years old, I started opening up little various, drop shipping stores, just little things, playing with the internet and stuff like that. And that's where I really learned how to, market, build websites, and just kind of network essentially like that. So that was kind of like the next step in my business journey, was online business stuff. And that's where a lot of my money came from whenever it was time to transition into real estate.
Okay.
So essentially people think, you can go tomorrow and get into real estate. Nah, you still got to have some money aside, staying afloat.
Now, what you got to say for all the people saying, buy this with no money down, do this with no money, this
Come
and
on,
that.
bro, that's impossible.
They making it seem like you could do everything with no money.
It's easy, bro. People don't realize in the construction game, we the last people to get paid.
Facts.
So
very last.
Very last. So if you ain't got no money to take care of your personal bills, you shouldn't be coming in this.
You ain't gonna get to the end of the project.
Exactly. You're not gonna do it. You know what I'm saying? We the last to get a single dollar. Everybody get paid before we get paid.
Exactly.
That's why I be telling people who want to get in the real estate game, dude, if I'm you and you ain't got no money, go learn you a trade. Go figure out something in the real estate industry to, make some money and just learn the whole.
$100,000.
That's what I'm saying.
I be saying, this is what I tell people, and my bad to cut you off.
Oh, no, you straight.
I say cash flow is king, because bills, you can't call the bill company up and say, hey, my house closing in 3 months. I'm going to pay you then. Like, nah, it don't work like that. So if you want to, like, really get into construction, I be telling people, like, you need to be cash flowing at least like 20, 30 a month, at least, or at least have 50 to 100 saved up.
Exactly.
Because if you're not doing anything to earn money in between, like you just said, how you go pay your bills, how you go eat, how you go take care of yourself, like, those things still got to happen till you get to that project.
Exactly, because again, we the last ones to get paid. Everybody get paid, we do. And then, people think just because you get your house done and you put it on the market the next day, it's going to sell. It don't always happen like that. So now, you spent 6-7 months building this house, and then now it's sitting on there for another 3-4 months. You know what I'm trying to say? So now you got, a year into this project, payments. And if you ain't got no money, what you going to be doing for the year?
Exactly.
So you got to have extra money coming in to stay afloat.
So your trade was the you was doing e-commerce marketing. You was basically hustling.
Yeah, I was just trying to get it. So I had a clothing brand that I made a whole lot of money. See, even like right now, it just got to the point where it's so saturated, and that's why it kind of helps a little bit when you get into stuff early. You know what I'm saying? Everybody sometimes casts the trend very, very late. Yeah. I was online before a whole lot of people were online.
Yeah, you said 15, so 8 years ago.
That's what I'm saying. Okay. So people sometimes, they look at us because we so young, like we are overnight success. Now I realize I've been doing this 7 years, 8 years in it. You know what I'm trying to say? But they might look at me, oh, he's 23. Oh, he just got some money, last week. Or, his parents gave him this. I've been doing this 8 years. It's almost the same. It'll be the same if I was, 20 and I hit rich at 27. That's still 7 years.
It's the time.
It's the time.
You never looked at age
exactly,
as a...
Nah. Yeah. So, people look at our age like, oh, he 23, 25. They getting it. They still some babies. They ain't spent no time in it. Not realizing we got 3, 4, 5, 7 years experience in it, in the business world before, people are just now essentially kind of seeing it. You get what I'm saying? So they look at us like some overnight success, not realizing, we still been working behind the scenes. Just like, when people make it to the NBA, they looking at them like, it just happened, not realizing they've been training this for their whole entire life.
That's facts, bro. That's facts. And I could agree with that 100% really, because everybody, like, I don't care who you look at, unless it's somebody that just was born into hundreds of millions of dollars or whatever it is, most people that are successful, like, you just seeing the tip of the iceberg. You ain't seeing the L's, the losses. You're not seeing the time that it really took to put into it. So I think that's important for more people to understand, because you got a lot of people that look at it from the outside in and they feel like, okay, I'm going to go make this happen in 3 months. I'm going to go make it happen in a year. They try to do it and they not at that other person's level in a year, and they think, oh, this might not be for me. I need to quit. Whole time, this person been putting in that work.
Exactly.
If you ain't making $1 million, let's say when you started in 2015, your goal to make $1 million, you did it for 2 years, it ain't worked, then you stop.
And that's where a lot of people
finish school.
Exactly. That's where a lot of people sometimes also is they quit too quickly. You know what I'm saying? They don't put enough time in it. Like, you gotta, like you're saying, you gotta give yourself time to fail, to grow, all that. They just think one thing, doesn't work, it's over with. And a lot of people sometimes they switch up way too fast. They don't stay committed to nothing to actually see it out and, you know, let it grow.
See it through.
They just think, okay, let me go flip this house. If this don't work, it's over. It's a wrap. I ain't touching it. Let me go move on to the next thing. Instead of, you know, staying in it to actually get the learning and get to understanding it and stuff like that. And a little bit of that we can kind of blame on social media a little bit, even myself and almost a lot of people. We essentially kind of make it look so easy when in reality, it's not as easy as it looks. You know, we only got a minute to be on Instagram anyways. That's why we can't pack everything.
That's what I'm saying. And I'm going to play devil advocate a little bit on that. Like the whole social media thing. Like, if you go on my page, I'll talk about, you know, some of the parts that people don't talk about in the game in real estate. But I don't think social media is meant for you to get on there and talk about, like, the bad things and all that. Because most people... They say they want that, but you don't really want that.
They don't want that.
That's gonna discourage most of y'all. Go see that and be like, "Damn, this shit too hard. I ain't even gonna try this." You know,
I don't want to do it.
So like, you gotta know that. Hey, if you see somebody on Instagram winning, it's a story behind that.
Exactly.
It's a story behind that.
Exactly.
Now go make your story. You feel me? Go make your story.
Yeah, don't always look to social media and, you know, be like, all right, this is very simple. You know, that should be the first thing, you know. You look at, like, okay, he put some time behind this. Even if I don't see it, I know it ain't happened overnight.
Yeah.
Because social media will really, you know, it can trick your mind a little bit. You know, everything on there don't be real. It might be some people who ain't never flipped a house before and they talking about flipping houses. You really never know. That's why you got to go do it yourself and figure it out yourself essentially a little bit.
So when you built your first house?
I built my first house 2020. It was actually my mama's house.
All right.
So like I was saying earlier, she was always like my driving force, and she's pretty much the reason why I'm here now and I'm as successful, because it just put an edge on my shoulder, and I'm like, I gotta go, you know, out here and get some money.
I gotta go harder.
I gotta go get it. So when I built my mama's house, that's how I really kind of start getting in the development space. I'm seeing it. I'm talking to contractors. I'm talking to a lot of people. They telling me these ridiculous ass numbers, and I'm like, ain't no way. You know what I'm trying to say? Like you saying, their contractor, how much he charging you?
The price.
A price. You know what I'm trying to say? I'm like,
watching
they telling me that price, and I'm like, ain't no way. I can't make it happen with the budget that I'm working with for that. So, you know, I had to really, you know, get down and, you know, figure out a way to, you know, make it work. And that's how I kind of built a little network of, you know, like reliable crews and stuff like that. And, you know, just not always using the highest person or cheapest person, just kind of finding that middle ground of what works for you. Yeah. And a lot of it, honestly, was a lot of trial and error. You know, on my mama's house. You know what I'm saying? So all
on my mama's house.
Because I knew on that one I can, you know, I can learn a little bit. I can fix it. You know.
Mama gonna be all right.
She gonna be all right. You
she got a roof over it. She got the shower.
You know, she gonna be all right. So, you know, that's where a lot of that come in, was a lot of trial and error. I knew I could mess up a little bit there and there on her house, essentially, and I could learn. And then, you know, as I get better, I come back, fix it here and there. So a lot of that, that's where I really learned, is more trial and error, was essentially on that house. And then, like I showed you, I went and bought that lot for $7,000 and, you know, put $150,000 in it, sold it for $265. That's easy. Man, the game over with now.
Every time you say those numbers, bro, I ain't gonna lie, bro, I be getting a little jealous of this dude right here, dog, because you out here spending 1/10 of the price on this dirt to hit better margins. I like that, bro. It opens up my vision, you know what I'm saying? Seeing, because somebody that started development in a market like Nashville, which is a great market. Like, I'm not going to talk like I'm not blessed to be in one of the best markets in America. But also, like, you got to understand on the inside, like, this is about the net. This is about the profit margins, you know what I mean? And sometimes when you in a market that's like your Nashvilles, your Austins, your Californias, your Atlantas, the margins shrink, you know, because people start just upping their prices, you know. Everybody charge more here. You know, they're like, shit, y'all getting you know, these contractors start looking up what the house is selling for. They're like, oh, that's how much they selling these houses for? Bet, let me double my fee.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Everybody online, we think the subs not online. They online too.
Yeah, they watching the videos, you know? We talking about when we
talking about this and that. Oh, okay, cool. I'm gonna charge him $6.50 for the framing now.
Exactly.
You know so I it's good to be able to look at it from both sides, because you got to always be able to pivot. You know,
like you saying,
always be able to pivot.
If a market too high, you got to go find somewhere else. Go
find
the
somewhere.
next best area to, go make some money in.
You got your eye on any other markets?
Chattanooga.
Chat.
I'm liking Chat.
Yeah.
I'm liking everything that's going on.
Bro, one of my boys just said something about Chat.
I'm really liking Chat. My little brother finna go. I hope he go. I told him, dude, if you go to UTC, it's on.
Good. Have him driving for dollars.
Exactly. It's on.
Whole
we finna
Chattanooga.
go buy some lots. We finna go build.
Yeah.
It's a wrap because that market, I think that's the next market in Tennessee. I mean, you got Nashville, then you got Knoxville, and I think Chat, right up there.
I think Chat is a definitely a market that's gonna surprise some people because when you look at the stats, one is in between Atlanta and Nashville.
Exactly.
Two hubs. Like I call Nashville the white Atlanta, and Atlanta is the Mecca. Like that's a spot. You feel me? So you got all these billions on top of billions of dollars flowing into Nashville and Atlanta, and then you got Chattanooga right in between. People don't even realize Chat leads the southeastern region in tech startups, that exited in like the last 10 years, got the best Wi-Fi, you got whitewater rafting. A lot of people retire and move to Chattanooga, you know what I'm saying? So I agree with you. Like Chat is definitely a sleeper market.
Yeah, I think that's the next place to be is really Chattanooga.
And you could buy dirt for
like you're
cheaper
saying,
than Knoxville.
Yeah, way cheaper. I'm finding little, multi-family lots. They want 20, 30. I'm like, I could do that every day, any day. You know what I'm trying to say?
So what was like your biggest mistake in the game coming up? Because it sounds like, a lot of people, I got in through wholesaling, so I took some baby steps, you feel me? I wasn't buying nothing or, risking nothing, signing loans. You just said,
I just went in.
Straight into development.
Yeah, I just went in and stuff.
So how that was?
I think a lot, like I'm saying, like a lot of trial and error. I think my biggest mistake essentially is not knowing what's going on.
Okay.
And to elaborate a little bit is like, I feel like when you a GC, even when you're trying to play the GC part, you got to know everybody roles. Yeah. So a lot of stuff, like if you don't know what you're doing, the framer might not be doing it correctly. Then when it's time for that inspection, you've already, done paid him. And the inspector come in, he's like, oh, you got to fix this, fix that.
They got to come back out.
They got to come back out. And if they already got their bread sometimes, it might take you a month or two for them to come out. So now you got to pay somebody else to come and fix their little mistakes. But if you would have caught on early and kind of more necessarily better planning, you would have saved so much money. So I think my thing that helps me out the most is planning, essentially. Like if you really sit down and be like, okay, so we finna do this, before the framers get done, I'm finna call in my inspection. So that, the inspector can come tell me what they need to fix while they on spot versus me having to relay the message to them. They might tell me something and they get to me and I'm telling them something completely different. Versus if they there and the inspector's there, he gonna tell them, hey, you need to put this 2x4 right here. You know what I'm saying? So I think a lot of that's where a lot of people make mistakes is they're more necessarily looking at the numbers, but not the actual way to build a house. They looking at it, okay, I got $200,000, I'm finna put it right here, and I'm finna make an extra $100,000.
You gotta know the process.
You gotta know the process. You gotta know.
You gotta perfect the process.
Exactly. You gotta have the right subs lined up, because that's really what kills the deal. You got some shitty subs that come and fuck your shit up, it's a wrap.
Yeah. Time kills deals.
Exactly.
I was just talking to some of my boys right before you pulled up. And I mean, at the end of the day, you got to boil it down to how much this thing costing you a day. Exactly. Because I just had a situation where they was half the brick, basically off on the takeoff on the brick by 5,000 bricks. So now we sitting for a week. And of course, I threw some other subs inside the house working on the inside. But now we waiting a week. We got to get some more brick. I'm like, bro, that cost me $300 a day every time we not getting brick. And then what if it start raining? And then we got to paint the brick. You know what I'm saying? So, like, knowing how to set that stuff in advance, like you just said, that's game for anybody that's developing, that's watching this right now. Call the inspector right at the end of the framing project because you already know the inspector going to take a few days to get out there. Exactly. In Nashville, sometimes they take a few weeks,
Exactly.
So,
versus, you letting them go ahead and finish, and then you call in your inspections, and then
they gone. They paid, you know what I'm saying?
So then it ain't no incentive for them to come over there.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? So essentially, even now, what I'm doing is I'm paying by the stages. When you get your first floor framing done, here your money. When you get your second floor, here your money. When you get your roof done, here your money. Because if you want to drag this out, You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna give you that chance.
Yeah.
I'm gonna just go ahead, boom.
Yeah, get somebody else on
get
it.
somebody else to go.
Yeah,
and that's
you
why
always gotta have about 2-3 of them in the tuck though.
Exactly, and that's why when you pay them in stages, they know I can't. I'm not gonna let you. Money. I got it. Especially when you got a crew that got 5, 6, 7 guys, they ain't gonna let it. Go on for a long time because they got to get their money too.
They got to get their money
to make payroll.
And that's why I seen like where I could get some stuff done faster because my subs know I'm paying.
Me too.
Like I'm paying fast. Some of these guys they make them wait like 2 weeks, 3 weeks.
Too.
I'm like boom, getting them their money.
You ain't gonna have to wait for a check in the mail or nothing. You done? Boom, here you go. Yeah. Like I texted you this morning. Friday, everybody want their money today. You get what I'm saying? And I ain't gonna hold them back, especially when they working and stuff like that. And when you treat subs literally, essentially kind of how you want to be treated if you was in a position, they're going to go to bat for you. They're going to put other people's projects aside because they know, Franco paying. You know what I'm saying?
He go get it. Yeah,
he paying. When I get to that stage, when I need my money, I already know I'm going to have it.
Nah,
I ain't going to have to wait. Versus when you dragging it, talking about, I got to wait for my lender to, to put the money in my account and stuff like that. And that also goes back to why you need to have money.
Yeah.
Before you get into this.
Because you got to be able to float some of these costs.
Exactly.
Because that man trying to feed his family. You think he worried about what your lender paying you?
Exactly.
All he hearing is, I'm not getting my money right now.
Exactly.
All right, cool.
Exactly.
But if he working with a guy that don't never give him that story and up in the check,
he always gonna put him first.
He gonna put him first.
He gonna put him first. So you gotta have the money to keep everything afloat. People think, okay, I signed up for a construction loan. It's $300,000. They finna give me $300,000 tomorrow. But you gotta have money to start that project after you already paid your initial fees to get into the loan.
Exactly.
So you talking about you gotta pay 15% down, and you gotta have another 10, 15 just set aside to float the project just in case you do need it. You get what I'm saying? So they thinking, I got 15%.
Them soft costs. You gotta have them soft
they
costs.
Don't see that.
Basically putting that out of pocket.
Exactly. They don't
and then in the first draw, you probably get some of that back. But still, you gotta be. I'm happy you talking about that because, again, bro, you get on Instagram and these people talking about no money in this, that. And sometimes I talk about it, but you gotta understand that somebody money getting spent. Whether it's your money or other people money, somebody money getting spent, and there's gonna come times in projects in our world we call it floating costs. Even if you go buy a flip, like you gonna have to spend some of that money, and then they're gonna reimburse you the money. It ain't like you get a $500,000 construction loan and they just give you $500. Some people get that, but it took them 5 years, 10 years to build that relationship up to where the trust is there, So you can't skip steps in the process at all.
You gotta, because like you're saying, the longer you're in, the more you paying interest, and then especially right now we seen it. Interest rates keep going up.
Yeah,
your house keep going down pretty much, or it's gonna sit on the market longer essentially. Versus when the interest rates are low, they easier to sell. So people don't really kind of look at that. They more just looking at the end number. If you make $100,000 and it took you a year to make,
that's 10,000. That's 8,000 a month.
You just wasted your time. That's a bad deal. People don't look at it like that. In the beginning, it could be a good deal, but when you're doing so many projects, you really essentially just wasted your time. It took you a year to make $100,000. Nah, bro. You when you take into account closing costs, interest payments, and all that.
Exactly.
You damn near at a 9 to 5.
That's what I'm saying. It's like $8,000 a month.
You get what I'm saying?
So it's like it ain't really that impressive, and you could easily. June last year, the summer market changed, a lot. And that's why I always speak about, like, your price that you entering in. Of course, you ain't got to worry about that.
We got the best prices in the game.
You buying dirt so cheap, but at the end of the day, like, even at your level, I'm pretty sure they got guys in your market that's overpaying for dirt. That really tell you that they don't know what they're doing. But still, like, in any market, that's your most important cost is your land cost, because that's the only one you could control, and that's the only one that you can't control once you do it. Yep. So you need to make sure you make the right decision the first time.
Like they say, the deal made in the front end. It ain't made in the back end.
It's made on the front end.
The deal is made on the front end.
If you're trying to make it on the back end, that means
it's a wrap for you.
There's some mistakes that have been made.
Exactly, and that's why essentially kind of like why I like new construction way more than flips.
Yeah.
Cause it's easier to kind of control.
I
that
do too.
Versus, you know,
can scale
flips,
it.
like they be like you saying. These people who own them homes, they get smarter.
Yeah.
They looking at what we talking about. Oh, I'm finna make 100,000. They like, no, you ain't. I'm finna add 50,000 to that. Now you finna make 50,000. They ain't finna let you make all the money. They seeing what's going on social media.
Then you going over somebody else's work. It's an older house.
Yeah, man,
you got inspections.
It's just too much.
It's a fragmented process.
I sold my last flip and I told myself I ain't never gonna do it. It's just not worth it. You know, like
look, I got a few on the market right now.
Man,
once they sell, I'm like, I'm done with them.
I want to do it. The entry be a little cheaper sometimes, you know, because you get to the point where, like me on flips, I get 100% financing.
Yeah.
So it's a phone call. Like,
yeah.
Hey, bro, let me get this.
I ain't putting no money into the deal, you know. So
you know, but when you got it for a whole year and it's dragging you on, and then you know you start new constructions and you start putting that flip on the back burner, be like, man, I ain't gonna make no money there. Let me sit.
I ain't even worried about it.
Exactly, and then it starts to drag along, and that's really start eating your pockets and stuff like that. Because that done happened to me a couple of times where like I was just doing more exciting projects, but I still had some flips on the side that I wasn't really maintaining and stuff like that. And you get down to it, and I'm like, damn, the loan almost due. So now I gotta really, try to crunch and
extension fees.
Exactly, and finish it and stuff like that. And so I told myself when I sold my last one, I don't care what the numbers look like on these flips.
Good on them.
I'm good on them.
I like that, bro, because sometimes you got to focus on, like, it'll appear that you want to do more, to make more. Like, I want to do this many flips. I want to do this much new construction. And I thought the same way at times. And I remember, like, some of my mentors, they was telling me, I'm not doing no more flips. And I should have really listened. I'm like, why you not doing no more flips? And then I started trying to balance both. And I'm not saying you can't, but at the end of the day, we get in entrepreneurship to make our own decisions. And
exactly.
I once these last few I got, I think I'm gonna wrap it up on the flips, bro, because it's just too much to deal with this process and deal with that versus new construction. I know I buy this dirt, I'm about to dig these damn footers, I'm about to get this foundation, I'm about to frame it, close it up, like it's the same thing over and
headaches,
over.
All that versus flips, and like I'm saying, they just want too much. Boy, they want an arm and a leg, and it's like it just don't become worth it. Starting off, if you do want to get into real estate investing, that'd be the first thing I do.
Less risk.
Easier entry to get into. Lenders a little bit more easier to let you borrow because they ain't gonna let you just borrow no new construction.
It's the highest risk in real estate.
Exactly.
We buying land. You gotta make it.
We make it look easy, but to them, they looking at it more as a risk. Like you ain't done no new construction, nah, or else they about to make you put an arm in the leg. You know what I'm saying? So
because they know if they get left with that, then
it's hard. It's hard to get rid.
They don't want. They in the lending, just like flipping versus construction. I'm in the lending business. I'm not in the building business. Exactly. So now I'm left with this dirt.
We ain't trying to be stuck with it.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So that's why a lot of people or a lot of banks, they don't really want to lend on new construction unless you got experience, especially in a market like right now. They just don't want to mess with it. But if you do get no flip, you get to learn the ins and outs how a house is built. You know what I'm saying? Like you actually get to see it. You get to make a couple mistakes. You essentially, you're not looking to make no money. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That should be the least at your thing. Like I ain't trying to make no money. I'm trying to learn. And I think a lot of times, we slow our progress down is because we always looking to make $1. Me coming up, I did everything for free. If you where I want to be and you need help and you like, man, I'll ride with you all day to go get some materials. You ain't got to pay me $1. You get what I'm saying? Because somebody who wants it that bad, you shouldn't have to pay them. And that's just really essentially kind of also what helped me out. I did everything for free. I don't charge nobody nothing. I'm not trying to, if you got something I want to learn, I'm with you.
Yeah.
You ain't got to pay me. I ain't going to make you no burden. I'm trying to learn. So you ain't got to pay me, essentially. So I did everything for free, But versus other people, they like, man, if I want to ride with you, you still got to pay me this and that. Because people ask me all the time, can I just ride with you? I'm like, I ain't going to pay you to ride with me and help me, get some material. Because what you learn from me, you finna go make a whole lot of money.
If you do it right.
Exactly.
You gonna make a bag off of it.
Yeah, exactly. Like I got my little cousin, he just sold 2 houses. He 20. He came, rode with me for a year. He said, Franco, this is what I want to do. I'm about to quit my job and I just want to come work with you. We're going to figure it out. I said, come on. Figure it out.
It's going to be free though. It's going to be free though. Don't ask me for no money.
Exactly. But I
when you listen to one of the richest man in the world speak though, and he talked about skills and habits. So somebody riding with you, is an opportunity to build your skills.
Exactly.
This ain't game they taught us in school. Like,
exactly. That's what I'm saying. So it's like, if you want it that bad, essentially, I shouldn't have to pay you to come learn this.
You spent the money already to learn it yourself.
Exactly. You get what I'm saying? You get to watch me come fuck up for free.
Exactly.
You get what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So when you get into it, you not taking the same mistakes I made, and then I still got to pay you on top of it. Nah, bro, you should be like, man, let me ride with you. I ride with you for free. Let me learn. What can I help you, essentially? And that's where, like, a lot of people, whenever they're trying to network with real estate investors, they don't look how to be helpful. Like, they're not looking, like, how can I help your life or your business a little bit easier on you? They trying to, hey, bro, put me on.
They trying to take, take.
Yeah, put me on. I'm trying to make $100,000 right now. Put me on.
You got to bring some value.
Exactly. So they don't bring no value. They just thinking, I'm about to just go be with him, and he gonna cut me off a little. Nah, did you?
And most of the time, they ain't even gonna do what you taught them. They ain't even gonna do it.
A lot of people, they just want to hear something nice. But when it's time to really get to work, it ain't, man.
They just want to be a part. Really, they really probably want to just get a damn cameo shot in one of the videos. So everybody, oh, I'm riding with Franco around.
We chilling. We out here getting to the money and stuff like that. And I'm like, come on, man.
So look, bro, you done had a lot of success at a young age, bro. You building houses. You done built your mama a house. How many houses you done built since your mom?
Since my mom, probably like 10.
Okay, so you done built about 10 houses. You like 99% past everybody at your age group. So like, what's next for you? Because I know you done bought some commercial lots. I've seen some media stuff on your page.
A little bit more kind of like, I'm in the business, like you saying, as black people, we don't keep nothing. Mm-hmm. So at a young age, now I'm trying to start keeping everything because I already got some money to where I can, make some stuff afloat, do whatever I want to do a little bit, do this and that. Yeah. So now I want to keep my properties. Going back to where we started, when we have kids,
so you can build them and keep them.
Build them and keep them. Mm-hmm. So whenever I want to relax a little bit, like when we talking about, like when we want to have kids, we want to be a little bit more relaxed and not always working. So essentially, that's what I'm trying to set myself up with. I feel like when we get to making money, you kind of start to value time. Time is so fast. You get what I'm saying? 'Cause
it is.
Especially for us people who do business, everything's on a calendar, so we get to see our months and years and stuff planned out to where like, damn, I ain't got enough time to do what I want to do. Yeah. Because we actually get to see it on paper and you be like, dude, I ain't got no time. God bruh, damn, I ain't got no time.
You know what's crazy, bro? When you get into this game and like, and they probably got people in other businesses that experience the same thing, but I'm going to talk about what I experienced. Bro, time start becoming your projects, and I'm like, damn, this year done went by fast because when you inside doing these projects, in a sense, it go by fast in your mind. I'm like, damn, we at the end of 2023. Like, one house gonna take you at least a quarter to build, you know what I mean? So that's crazy because you said something, bro, y'all write that shit down. When you start making money, you start understanding how important time is.
And how fast to go.
Because money, you can make it over and over and over and over again. Time, you can't. So you make money to buy time. Exactly. Like you said, you building houses so you have more of your time to you for when you have kids. You can spend that time with those kids, So
it's better doing the front end.
That concept.
Yeah, it's better doing the front end and the back end.
Yeah.
Especially when you're in a position to do it. You don't want to wait till you 30, 40. Again, nothing wrong with that because everybody race different. You know what I'm saying? But if you got the opportunity to do it at a young age, why not do it? Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? I think we live with the most important thing essentially, or we have the most resources in our fingertips. When you got a cell phone, ain't no way you can't succeed. Everything online, bro. You literally just sit down and learn everything. We got a phone. You can make millions of dollars just on your phone. You
That's
get what
all
I'm saying?
You need
people
is
don't
in
really,
a Wi-Fi and a damn phone.
It, bro. You lit. Mm-hmm. Exactly. You lit.
Said you lit. You got a phone. You lit.
So it's easier for us to learn all this information versus our parents. They didn't have that resources. We got our cell phone. Just with that alone, you can learn how to make some money. It might not be a lot, but you can learn something to, help you get to the next step to where you meet the right people and you're going to make a lot.
What's important to relationships?
That's the most important thing. Relationships aside.
Why you say that? Give me an example.
For example. So when I was getting in the real estate game, I had friends who were already in it. Okay. So just for the simple fact that I knew they was in it, I got to tag along, like I'm telling you, and watch them fuck up. Yeah. So when it was time for me to get in it, I had my money. I've already seen them fuck up, so I know how not to fuck up.
Exactly.
I still have my own fuck ups though in the process, because I don't know as much as they do, but just that alone, knowing the right people, it was easier for me to be, I'm finna go buy this, boop boop. Or when I go to the banks, they already know, my boy coming in. You know what I'm saying? They ain't gonna look at my age. They looking at the simple fact.
Who you walking in with?
My dude said I'm good. You know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
Versus you going in there, they looking at you like, come on now, bro. You 19 years old and you said you want $200,000?
Yeah, you got to go in there with the right person.
Exactly,
with the right person.
Exactly. Versus when you already know the right people, it's easier. It's pretty much a phone call. The same thing, like I told you with my little cousin. When it was time for him to do his deal, it's a simple phone call. Hey, bro, he needs some money to do this. Create a lot. I'm with it 100%. I'm backing it. If something go wrong, I got it. Cool. That's all they wanted to hear.
Boom. And bro, and that's how I got into the game. Like, as far as the other side, you know what I'm saying? And that's why I be telling people about wholesaling, bro. I always bring it back there, because if you don't know how to bring some value to somebody, if you're not trying to sit and ride with them for free, go sit in your house and find some deals and sell it to them.
Exactly.
Because now they're more inclined to bring value back to you, because, shit, I started figuring out I was making people 7 figures, literally. And no disrespect, of course, they got to execute on the backside of that deal. But like we said, you make your money on the front end. You get good at delivering great deals to investors. That's the value right there. You know what I mean? So whether you go and work for free or you specialize in finding good deals, yeah, you're going to make money doing it. But you also go build relationships. My man just says the most important thing in business. And you can learn how to analyze the deals yourself. So it's like, really, you're knocking off all of them at the same time.
And it was free.
Exactly.
You get what I'm saying?
Exactly.
It's like you're going to go pay somebody, or you're going to ride with your homeboy who already doing it for free.
Exactly.
And you're going to learn. You know what I'm saying? Or you're going to go online and pay somebody to show you how to do it. But you ain't never going to see him a day in your life.
Exactly.
You get what I'm saying?
It depends.
Sometimes it depends on how much money.
I pull it up on them
exactly. It depends on how much money you trying to spend.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Because I pull up, I'm like, shit, I don't know about these other people, but I'm coming to see you. Like, where you at?
Exactly. It depends. Because you might get you might get the people online who ain't never flipped the house and they ain't never life before. But they know how to tell a great story.
Yeah. Yeah.
You ain't ever gonna see them.
You gotta vet them people.
Exactly. They ain't gonna ever pull up on your job site.
They never.
You ain't gonna ever go on their job site.
Never.
You get what I'm trying to say?
They don't want you to.
Exactly. They want you to stay where you at, on your couch, on the phone. Just trying to make sure, you know what I'm saying?
Send them money.
That's it. That's all they want.
That's all they want.
You know what
They're looking at their down lifestyle reels all day. Selling that, marketing. Exactly. That's all it really is. So damn, bro, man, before we get you out of here, I want you to like leave the people with some game, like whether it's a book or is it like just an actionable thing they need to do to get to your level, you know what I'm saying? Get to the point where they could be building houses at a young age or taking care of their family or helping some of their cousins get into the game.
I think a lot of it, we pretty much already kind of spoke on it, but like I think the most important thing when you're trying to get into this game, go create value from somebody. If you see somebody already doing it, literally, how can I help you? That's the easiest way to get into the game.
Yeah.
Help somebody be better at what they already doing. You know what I'm saying? If you can come in and create value, they gonna want to help you way more than if you like, bro, like, trying to charge them to help you. Like, let me come work for you. If you like, man, let me come work for you for free, they gonna want to help you way more. And I think another thing too that also helps, especially for young entrepreneurs, a lot of people like to see young people getting it, so they're keen to try to help you more versus when you're older. So if you're at around our age, this is your perfect chance to really kind of take advantage of it, to where people want to see you succeed, because they they see that you the future and you the next one up. So it makes them feel a little bit easier helping you versus you got somebody 40-some years old. You like, man, let me I don't want, not no disrespect to you, but I'm trying to help the next one coming up.
The one coming up, because that's how you change the future.
Exactly.
Who's gonna be in the future? The youngins, the ones that's coming up right now.
Exactly. So that's what helped me is I was always the younger one. So the older people who was doing business, they wanted me to succeed, because they like, we already know when he get it, he gon' know what to do with.
That's how it be, bro. They be like, oh man, I wish I'd have got in at your age.
I wish I was your age doing it. Exactly. That's when they want to help you a lot more. So if you around our age, go find somebody a little bit older.
Yeah.
Find how I can create value for you, and just take off, bro. And don't look at no social media.
Right there.
Yeah, don't look at no social media. Everybody running on race, just because it ain't going right for you. Don't be discouraged, and really kind of stay down, keep your head on track, and just go to work.
Well, I mean, what being discouraged really helps. It just really make you most stressed out.
Exactly.
And when you most stressed out, you can't work as good.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? You frustrated.
Another key thing I think that helped me out a lot is if you still live with your parents, don't look to move out. And I think this helped me out a lot because I was able to take a million risks. I could lose all my money whenever I was still living with my parents. I could lose it all because I know I got a roof over my head.
Yeah.
So I can go blow all the money investing and stuff like that.
Use your resources.
Yeah, exactly. I can still come home and my mama cooked. I still got a roof on my head. I ain't got to worry about, no bills, no nothing.
Yeah.
So when you ain't got no bills and no liabilities and stuff like that, that's when you best need to be,
getting to
it. Trying to figure out what to do. It ain't gonna
be like that forever. Mama gonna come tell you.
Exactly. Not gonna do it.
Get your ass up out of here.
It's time for you to go figure it out. So before she come knock on your door, that's when you need to be taking off.
Be ready.
Be ready. Take
come knocking on the door.
Yeah, mama
I was ready already.
Yeah, I was just I'm waiting for you to
I'm making sure you straight right now.
Exactly. So I think if you're around our age and you still live with your parents, man, take them risks. That's when the best time to take risks. When you ain't got no overhead, when you ain't got to, worry about nothing. Like we saying, like, if you get into a project and you still live with your parents, you ain't really got to worry about how am I going to make rent, how am I going to make food and stuff like that. So it become a little bit easier on you. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I'm still living with my parents when I was building my mama's house. Yeah. I ain't have to worry about, paying her bills and stuff like that. So it was easier for me to do it because I ain't have to worry about nothing.
Exactly.
So when I went and built her house, boom, cool. Here you go, mama. You ain't charging me to stay here. You ain't, give me no headache, no nothing. Here you go. This for you. Mm-hmm. As soon as I built her house, I was gone. I was gone. It's a wrap. You get what I'm saying? I'm gone now.
Out of there.
So I'm out of there. You straight. I already know you straight. I'll put you in one of the best neighborhoods. You straight. So I'm out and stuff like that. But I was able to do that because I didn't have to worry a lot about stuff. You get what I'm saying?
You weren't stressed out. Like you was able to maneuver and like do what you had to do without worrying about everything else in the background.
Exactly.
And that's how I felt like at certain times. It's like, bro, I want to run as fast as I can, not recklessly, as fast as I can right now, because I know it's going to come a time where I got kids. And like as much as people say, nah, that ain't going to affect me, like if you a good father, then you want to spend time with your kids and you want to be in a position where if it come to work or your kids, it's going to be your kids every time.
Exactly.
But we're in a world where everybody's stressed out, surviving, trying to pay the next bill, where it's like they picking work. They picking work, and now your kids not having a quality upbringing. You know what I'm saying?
And stuff high right now. You get what I'm trying to say? Stuff just keep going up.
Let's go keep going up too.
Exactly. So
make some money right now. That's your cue right there.
Exactly.
It ain't going backwards.
So we got to take advantage of it, and just kind of use our resources a little bit better. Network and stuff like that, and really get to work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, man, I appreciate you coming on the podcast today, bro. You done dropped some real game for some people. I know somebody gonna see this and be like, bro. Yeah, that's it. I done see Franco. I know I ain't no different than this dude. I'm about to go run up a bag. So that's what the Triple M podcast is for, man. We want to bring people on here and tell their stories and really inspire y'all. And really, we ain't no different, man. Like, we got into real estate 2 different ways, but you could get into this young. If you 19, I know 19-year-old is running up a bag in this game right now. And not even just the young people. If you 40 years old and, you at the point you just feeling like, hey, I need a change, it's okay to change. Like, it's okay to wake up one day and be like, hey, I don't want this job no more. I know I got better for myself. I know there's better out for me out there. All you got to do is, 1, answer that question, and then 2, wake up the next day and go get it. It might not be there as fast as we all would like, but you moving on that path, okay? So make sure y'all take action on everything. We got some big announcements coming out here in the future. We got another Triple M War Room event coming up. Stay tuned. I ain't going to drop the dates on here right now. But appreciate everybody tuning in, and we're going to be right back again for another episode next week. I'm out.